The Honourable Member for Teso South kindly make the maiden speech.
They traded viewpoints, members of the National Assembly arguing for and against the motion to construct designated service lanes for emergency vehicles only, a move that some deemed long overdue.
If a patient is in that ambulance and is bleeding or has had a heart attack, for example, sometimes I wonder myself, will this person really reach there? So I think this motion has come at the right time, and I think we should actually expedite.
Others were, however, still unconvinced about the urgency of the matter.
I am of the strong opinion that if all Kenyans, including the police who are always stationed at those roads, would do what is right, to be honest, we may not need to subject more money to the urban centers. We only need discipline.
Yet for these emergency workers, there can be no question about the importance of such designated lanes. The dispatch center at the Kenya Red Cross office in Nairobi bustles with activity even late in the day.
What's your 10-8?
Voices from all over the country calling in distress, searching for help. In many cases, the help they require means an ambulance has to be dispatched to move a patient in need of urgent medical attention to a medical facility.
You can be called that there's someone who's collapsed at home, and they don't have a pulse. Already, you know what kind of scenario that can be. So you need to get to that house in the shortest time possible so you can perform CPR or whatever life-saving resuscitation that you can give this patient.
The driver flicks on the knobs, turning on the flashing lights and the sirens before he sets off, weaving through Nairobi's perennial traffic. It is a situation they have had to make the best of.
We are usually at the mercy of courteous motorists who are going to either excuse the ambulance and give it way, or some people might actually choose not to give it way.
For a critically ill patient, just 30 minutes stuck in a traffic jam could make the difference between life and death. A designated lane for emergency vehicles, therefore seen as a solution. Or is it?
In an emergency situation, paramedics have limited time to get a patient to the next facility. But as the traffic builds up, it becomes harder to maneuver. It is at such times that the worst may occur.
We even lose patients on the road, because we could not get to a hospital fast enough for them to get the definitive care that they need. You can have a mother who's in labor, she's bleeding. She requires to have an emergency cesarean section done in the shortest time possible. You are in the peak of traffic, she's bleeding profusely. There's only so much that the ambulance or pre-hospital care team can provide within the ambulance.
It is a situation that emergency vehicles, among them police cars and fire trucks, face in every country. In many instances, motorists will make way for an ambulance as it races against time. But even the most well-meaning motorists aren't always able to help.
Saa zingine unapata on your left ama on your right kuna shimo na ni kweli unataka kupatia ambulance njia, but haiwezekani vile wewe utakubali pia uingie kwa ile shimo. Sasa inabidi tu unakaa hapo mpaka saa ile either hiyo traffic itafunguliwa na traffic police ama hiyo jam itafunguka.
This the rationale behind the motion to create designated lanes across the country, a means to expedite the journey undertaken by emergency vehicles. Some, however, question whether there are easier ways to achieve the same target.
I think we need to do further research of looking into the rules that exist, the policies that exist, so that we will be able to see what are the gaps that are not captured in the existing laws.
The issue of cost and the question of just how to widen the roads in already densely populated areas are also of concern.
Labda mwenye shamba amejenga pale manyumba zake ama amejenga gorofa. Kama wanaweza gharamia hiyo ujenzi yenye ule mtu ile gharama yenye alitumia kujenga hiyo nyumba, itakuwa ni sawa, lakini naona itakuwa ni ngumu.
Other countries have taken different approaches to easing traffic during emergencies. In some, traffic lights are equipped with sensors that listen for sirens to make way for emergency vehicles. In Nairobi, after the debate, members of the National Assembly shelving the discussion for another day, out in the streets as they wait for further developments, emergency vehicles using the means at their disposal to fulfill their mandates. Wilkis Anyabwa, Citizen Live at 9.